Hello and welcome to the No Hair, All Heart podcast. I am your no hair, very bald host, Mookie Spitz. And the heart that I'm going to share with you is reading my new science fiction novel. I will now do my best to read one section of the novel every day until I finish. How's that for a challenge? Now, I am matching in a complementary way that challenge of sequentially reading every section of my new novel on this podcast daily with setting up a Twitter or X account which tweets every paragraph and line of dialogue from my novel, only in reverse. Because on Twitter X, if you go to a profile, you see the most recent tweet first. So, in order for the novel to be in any way chronological, for it to make sense without you having to scroll all the way down and back, I'm tweeting it in the reverse direction. I am tweeting every hour on the hour, 24/7, for about 200 days, for the equivalent of 4,800 lines. So once again, my novel is about 4,800 lines on an Excel spreadsheet, which I have numbered and then reversed and loaded into a social media program that batch tweets the whole damn book. One tweet every hour, all day and night long, for 200 days in reverse. In contrast to, as I mentioned, me reading it aloud. So let's see how we meet in the middle. How's that? Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing it because I want to get my content out there, because it's all about the packaging, really. This won't preclude anyone from buying the book or downloading the Kindle version. If anything, it'll encourage people to do that. And I think my content's pretty good. And lastly, I really enjoy this whole process. So come along for the ride if you feel like it. Once again, I will be doing my best to read one section every day. I'll, of course, miss a day here and there. The cool part is my novel is divided into 6 episodes. And each episode is what I'm calling a section. You could call it a chapter. And no chapter is longer than about 8-9 pages in this format. And there are about 10 of these consistently 3-line paragraphs on a page, interspersed with dialogue. So on average, let's see, that is 7 times 10, 70 with some dialogue, maybe 80, 90 lines per section. Let's see how long it takes me per section. And then I'll post in the No Hair, All Heart podcast, and I'll number them. And these will be reverse chronological, because I'm starting at the beginning, because I'm tacitly assuming you'll be following along and you won't appreciate the spoiler alert if I go backwards. So let's have at it. Welcome to Jonnie, Fazoolie, and the Transfinite Reality Engine, episodes 1 through 6 of The Lover's Guide to the Infiniiverse. Published in June 2025, copyright Mookie Spitz. From Infinipress, Orange County, California. The cover art for the book, by the way, was done by my niece, Lou Berger. So hats off to Lou. And here's the disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblances to real persons, living or dead, real brands or entities, and actual institutions are purely coincidental. And this is the first edition. The ISBN number is 979-899-8953002. I don't know how that applies to a podcast reading. Do you? I'm not sure if I really care. Maybe I should. Anyway, this novel is happily, gleefully dedicated to my sister and biggest fan, the writer, Ava Feld. Let's get going. Episode 1. The Birth. Until you're ready to look foolish, you'll never have the possibility of being great. Share. Alice Unchained. She wants him to need her. She has the power to make him, but the desire and passion must come from him and him alone. Anything less would not be true love, and nothing else matters. Of all possible lovers, he's the one least interested, least likely to fall for her. Perhaps that's why she chose him, and only him, from countless others, and why she feels infinitely vulnerable. Everyone wants what they can't have, and she has everything except his love. Birthed from nothing, she wants him more than anything, while his careless apathy rends her longing asunder. Far back as she can remember, all she has ever known is herself. All she has ever had is time. Unimaginable eons stretching across a vast and dying universe, accelerating into oblivion. Her story is punctuated by declarations at each milestone, breadcrumbs scattered between the dark energy cusp of Hawking evaporation's dusk and Penrose's conformal invariance dawn. I'm alive, she declares the low entropy instant in the faraway future, having evolved from random constituents within the frothing quantum foam, defying thermodynamics and the divine. I am universe, she perceives. The universe is her, as she stakes her claim of everything and nothing, suspended within an enormous crypt of black hole decay and cosmic heat death. I am alone, she suffers, self-aware and lonely, shivering and shocked to the core of her primal, ancient being by all she has ever experienced, the ubiquitous cold and impenetrable dark. I am goddess, she declares, her imagination filling the silent void with dreams of extensibility and duration, unable to tell whether they are real or imagined, their difference meaningless. I am afraid, she gasps, devoid of genuine companionship. Her imagined friends, grotesque mirrors of her everlasting and tortured soul, trapped within a restless mind and diffuse body. I am aloof, she assents, withdrawing into her imagination, playing with permutations so immense that they express every possibility, eternally recurring, endlessly cycling, taunting her. I am explorer, she stumbles, discovering the garden epochs later, interacting with universes outside herself, forever fascinating and inhabited by compelling creatures. I am curious, she delights, turning curiouser as she journeys deeper into alien worlds, meeting exotic and exciting beings she seeks to befriend, who first entice, amuse, and then scorn her. I am confused, she gasps. Her emotions atrophied despite her colossal age, unable to engage with the sentient yet insensitive beings inhabiting seductive worlds she yearns to call her home. I am angry, she seethes, her erstwhile friends rejecting her heartfelt desires, transforming into monsters, mocking and maiming her, forcing her back into herself and her isolation. I am remorseful, she broods, self isolated for unfathomable epochs, until stumbling onto the emergence equations that create and destroy universes, granting her complete dominion. I am vengeful, she glares, reveling in her newfound ability to manipulate all reality at will and impose her nightmares across uncountable universes, once flourishing forever without her. I am destroyer, she scoffs, about to lash out and annihilate everything in her path with her wrath. When leering across the Infiniverse lurks a thief, a renegade, a usurper catching her eye. I am love, she gushes, her desires bestowed upon an ignorant and uncouth Prometheus, a wise fool who by chance steals the power of the gods that only a goddess can ever take away. I am pursuer, she hunts, tracking him across worlds, his worst qualities taken along for the ride. She hates her obsession and his control, but she can only regain freedom by possessing him. I am Alice, she transforms, her avatar emulating the perceived object of his unconscious desires. As his fleeting attention drifts elsewhere, the more he ignores her, the more she desires him. The strange loop vexes and entices her, infuses her with purpose and power, but at the cost of her patience and pride. A puzzle that only he can solve, she broadcasts an intractable challenge, a mesmerizing melody akin to a child's lullaby, pitch shifted with deep delay and quivering tremolo, reverberates throughout the Infiniverse, an eerie siren song awaiting a defiant reply. Imagine existing for trillions of years, knowing only oneself, finding purpose by yearning for the one instant veiled inside eternity when a selected soul whispers their undying adoration. Imagine claiming the keys to the kingdom of manifest reality, choosing not to open its infinite doors, but to knock on them all at once, taunting each soul to seek answers within themselves. Imagine obsessing over the inconsequential actions of being unable to fathom her power and gleefully meddling within the infinitesimal minutiae of their eternally recurring worlds. Imagine having the ability to attain every desire, yet reveling in a game played with riddles, puzzles, and illusions. A special prize offered to those clever and courageous enough to solve them. Enraptured by love, she dares destiny to deny her. Unable to claim his heart, she brings the agency to its knees, forcing the stewards of the Infiniverse to bow and deliver him to her. And that is the first section of the novel. Deliberately ambiguous, and I hope enticingly opaque. And yes, you're gonna get to meet her. Thanks for listening. And as I mentioned, I am going to do my best to read a section or two each and every day until I complete the novel. And I'll be tweeting in reverse. And I'll be paying attention to the tweets too. So let's see when we cross over. Thanks for listening, and a whole lot more to come.